Hi everybody. So today I am having a lot of pain in the back of my neck and my occipital area. If you don't know what the occipital area is, it's I would call them almost, it feels like ball joints in the back of your head. And I have that because I have degenerative disc disease. I have a thing called facet syndrome, as well as occipital neuralgia, where those nerves are just all inflamed, and I would say characterize them as oversensitized. And when those nerves are like that, it sends pain in through my neck, my my head, my face, and my shoulders, and sometimes even down my arms. And it can limit the ability to do most things that I enjoy, and it can limit definitely my positive thinking. So in this a day of pain, I want to ask you today, what do you do with limitations? How do you handle your limitations? One of the things that I've done for a long majority of my journey with chronic pain is I would let the limitations get me down. And so down that I stopped doing everything that I loved, and I went through many years where I gave up exercising, which was something I enjoyed. I gave up socializing with friends because I felt like I was going to be a drag or a Debbie Downer. And I gave up a good majority of my joy, is what I found. So what do you do with your limitations? Do you tend to let that happen to you as well? Do you stop going out with your friends? Do you quit exercising and quit doing the things you enjoy because of your pain? I want to encourage you today that if that is you, and if that is what you are doing, try modifying some of those things you enjoy. Let's say you enjoy kayaking, but it causes you a lot of pain in your arms and your neck. That's kind of what happens to me. Can you go out for a little while and just take small strokes and not act like you're in a race? Can you just modify your approach to kayaking? Maybe it's something different. Maybe you're having a hard time walking. What can you do to modify that if you want to take a walk around your subdivision or around a lake? We have to get really creative when we're living with a disability or a chronic pain condition. Because if we stop doing everything that we love, our joy will either slowly or quickly just be drained. We need to fill ourselves with joy. We need to cultivate joy in our lives. And one of those ways is to do the things we love. But I know, as with my own journey, when you have limitations, you give those things up. And although I thought that that was the right thing for me, because if I gave them up or didn't do as much of those activities, I didn't have as much pain. I found that it actually did the opposite for me, and it was worse because then I just didn't feel joyful anymore. So I've learned over the years to modify my activities and maybe not do them as long, or try a different routine. So that's my encouragement to you. Do the activities you love that brings you joy, but modify them. Along with that is socializing. I know with socializing that can be difficult. If you don't feel good and you're in pain, you're not going to be around people, and I get that. I'm there. One of the things that has helped me is on a day where I don't feel like socializing, like today, I don't have to force myself to socialize. That's okay. And I don't have to feel bad about it. I used to feel really bad about not socializing, thinking I should socialize. It's okay if there's a day where you don't want to socialize. On a day where you think you can do, because I'll tell you this, the more less you do, the more less you'll want to do. Okay, let me say that again and write it down. The more less you do, the more less you'll want to do. So when it comes to socializing, if you completely stop socializing and you stop socializing and you don't socialize so much, you will eventually not want to socialize at all, even when you do feel good. So I'm encouraging you today, when it comes to socializing, if there is a day where you feel well, get out and socialize. Go spend time with your friends or your family. Invite them to do something that you can do. Maybe that's going for a cup of coffee and just chatting. It doesn't have to be a physical activity that you might not feel up to. But don't completely isolate yourself and stop socializing. It won't do anything for your joy, especially, well, except for drain it. But here we're talking about seeking joy. And if you're a person like me who is very social and a people person, isolating yourself, which feels comfortable, and not socializing will only deter your progress for the long haul. It won't help you to seek joy. So today, again, modify your activities. Do those activities that are joyful for you, but modify them. You can modify the way you do them. You can modify the time that you do them for. And socializing, get out and socialize. Don't isolate yourself. Don't feel like you're a burden on people or that you're a Debbie Downer, because you're not. You're not. I know you're not. And just get out and socialize. Just go for a cup of coffee and catch up with somebody. Maybe even think about yourself as, you could be a blessing to somebody today. Who can you go and bless? Who can you uplift somebody else's spirits today? And again, do that on a day where you feel well enough to do that. I hope this has served you, and I hope today you really think about your activities that bring you joy, and you think about socializing in a way that brings you joy. Have a great day.